A calm campus welcomed a mysterious male teacher. By signing a contract with him, any wish could come true. A girl drew a line on the seating chart given by the teacher, and a classmate who had ignored her immediately approached her. She then drew an X, and her best friend instantly cut ties with her, making the girl laugh. This was a magical relationship chart. By connecting her name with her classmates, add an X, and the relationship would break immediately. Using this chart, Sulji transformed from an invisible person into someone everyone noticed. But she wasn't satisfied. She kept adding connections and cut off all of Do-hee's relationships, wanting her to experience isolation for having bullied her before. Do-hee then became invisible and was bullied daily, while Sulji's become more popular. The teacher noticed everything. Sulji connected herself with the class president, who had once helped her. He soon fell for her, even forgetting his former crush. However, the class president's girlfriend was confused as the once devoted boy no longer cared for her. But was Sulji truly happy with everything she gained? Her popularity became overwhelming. People laughed at her jokes, even when they weren't funny. Meanwhile, isolated Do-hee sat alone, and Sulji began feeling guilty. She went to the teacher, asking for a new chart. However, once a contract was fulfilled, it couldn't be undone, and Sulji had to face the consequences. In the chaos, a drop of water blurred the connection between Sulji and the class president, who suddenly regained his senses. Do-hee tried to escape her classmates, but they pursued her. The class president wondered why the boy didn't chase after her, though he didn't remember what had happened, only that he had eyes for one person. Finally, Sulji escaped to the rooftop, where she found Do-hee about to jump off, attempting to end her life. Sulji begged her to come down, remembering that they used to be good friends. Just then, classmates arrived on the rooftop, surrounding Sulji in a new round of chaos. In the struggle, the relationship chart accidentally fell. In an instant, everyone stopped and walked away as if they couldn't see Sulji. The chart was completely destroyed and could no longer be used. Sulji broke down in despair. She had become truly invisible, with no one able to see or hear her anymore. It was as if Sulji had never existed in the class. One day, the class president found a line written on her desk. Everyone wants attention and affection, but Sulji's selfishness and greed ultimately destroyed the contract, trapping her forever in her desires. Only the new class teacher saw through her lies. After class, the teacher praised Do-hee's excellent writing and invited her to the counseling room to claim a prize. There, the teacher handed her a notebook, telling her that any wish written in it would come true, but she couldn't take it out. She had to write there. The mystery made Do-hee forget her worries, so she wrote down her lies. Her foreign boyfriend, who studied in Boston and looked like a model, along with her secret admirer. The teacher just watched her wishes with a silent smile. After Do-hee finished writing, the teacher mysteriously told her to go back and wait for a surprise. Back in class, her classmates teased her, asking to hear her boyfriend's voice. Do-hee panicked, unsure how to cover her lies. Then, something magical happened. The teacher walked in with a smiling young man. Do-hee was shocked. Wasn't this the boyfriend she had written in the notebook? The boy walked toward her, just like in her story. Kichul was amazed, while the teacher gave her a knowing wink. Just like that, Kichul had her perfect boyfriend. The new couple flaunted their happiness at school with leaving her classmate jealous. But soon, her perfect boyfriend suddenly said, "You should keep writing more stories for me." Confused, Kichul complained to the teacher, realizing her boyfriend only followed what she wrote. Friend was a basketball star, and he transformed into one immediately, making the center of attention. At first, Kichul's stories were just sweet daily fantasies, but soon she went too far. Hearing a classmate gossiping about her in the bathroom, she wrote in the notebook, planning to make her disappear. Soon, the classmate met a terrible accident. Shocked and terrified, Kichul realized her boyfriend had acted on her words. She only wanted the classmate to disappear, not be harmed. Kichul tried to distance herself from her boyfriend, but the next moment, he threatened to jump off the roof. She tried to calm him down, but nothing worked, so she hastily rewrote the story. Finally, he stopped his threats, but then hugged her tightly, saying, "I killed that bad girl for you, and now you want to leave me?" Kichul was horrified. The story had went out of control. She didn't want this boyfriend anymore, nor did she want to keep writing. Her teacher had previously warned her not to write dramatic plots, but now that she was in too deep, she decided to burn the notebook, thinking it would end everything. However, before she could catch her breath, her boyfriend appeared like a ghost, holding the unburnt notebook. Ki-chul ran away in terror as he chased her through the school. She ran into the newsroom, crashing into a classmate's arm. So, who will disappear next? On the surface, the teacher appeared kind and approachable, but behind the scenes, he was full of hidden schemes. However, anyone who signed a contract with him could instantly transform from being invisible to the most popular, from second best to the strongest. This time, the teacher set his sights on Da-mei, once the school's adored goddess, who had a popular boyfriend and was admired by all. Recently, though, a younger student named Yu-jin, with looks that rivaled idol groups, entered the school and took Da-mei's spotlight. Yu-jin replaced Da-mei as the school's model and even won over her celebrity boyfriend. With her popularity waning, Da-mei grew anxious about her appearance and constantly touched up her makeup, yet she still looked tired and worn out. Then she received a mysterious message. Want to shine with beauty? Install this app. Following the instructions, she installed the app, only to discover it was a beauty camera. She casually took a photo, and it gave her large, enchanting eyes and sweet lips. Miraculously, her real-life appearance transformed to match the enhanced photo. Her classmates were stunned, and her beauty became the talk of the school. The school classmates even reported that Da-mei's look was all natural, with no enhancements or trickery. Da-mei quickly reclaimed her title as the school goddess and regained everyone's to get back together, apologizing for his past mistakes. But as she was basking in her newfound glory, please purchase the full version. Panicking, Da-mei ran to the restroom to avoid being seen, only to revert to her original appearance as soon as the trial expired. In desperation, she asked where to buy the full version. Of course, the person behind this mysterious software was none other than her scheming teacher. The evil teacher then tempted her, explaining that the full version was more powerful and stable. As always, a contract had to be signed. Unable to resist her desire to be beautiful, Da-mei signed it immediately. The beauty camera promised Da-mei eternal beauty, giving her enchanting eyes and an alluring mouth. She used it to reclaim her place as the school goddess, capturing the hearts of countless admirers. However, she needed to keep her phone charged, as if it ever died, she would revert to her original appearance. Classmates came to Da-mei for advice. How did she become beautiful? Da-mei generously shared her tips. Drink more water, get more beauty sleep. At this time, the teacher sent a text message reminding Da-mei not to overuse the software, and damaging the phone or deleting the software, the consequences will be very serious. At this time, Da-mei saw her boyfriend, and flirting with her rivals, this scumbag is actually cheating on two women at the same time. Da-mei decided to retaliate, and started to edit the photos crazily again. I want to become more beautiful, so that he can't afford her. Suddenly, a bug appeared in the software. The face in the phone became horribly distorted. What happened? She lived in the illusory world of beautiful words every day, but her beauty was envied by her female classmates. Who doesn't want to be beautiful? Is the secret hidden in the phone? She is a monster. Now the phone is broken and can't be charged. At this time, the monitor and the class commander found Da-mei and asked her what contract she signed with the teacher. Da-mei said she just wanted to be beautiful, but now not only her phone was damaged, but her face was also disfigured. The monitor told her that her face was the same as before. Da-mei just wanted to find a hole to hide, but she bumped into her boyfriend who came over. Da-mei collapsed and shouted, "You only like pretty girls," but her boyfriend said that Da-mei didn't love him at all. What she really cared about was the throne of goddess, and what he liked was the pure and real Da-mei before. Da-mei was also tired. She picked up her phone and deleted the software with great care, but she didn't expect the next second. In the end, Da-mei also disappeared, leaving only a broken phone. What is it like to be a 20-year-old? The boy has always been ranked second in the school. Today, he decided to show off, so he carefully made a traditional cheat sheet. The invigilator was the class teacher. The teacher suddenly asked everyone to change seats with the next table. The students who were preparing cheat sheets at the table were shocked. The exam started. Kyung-up worked hard. This little trick made the teacher laugh. As a result, the business department accidentally dropped the cheat sheet. At the critical moment, his friend covered for him. Kyung-up swallowed the cheat sheet in a panic, and the teacher smiled without saying a word. After shocked the students, the teacher calmly asked Kyung-up to go to the consultation room. In the consultation room, the teacher gave Kyung-up a look, and Kyung-up coughed violently, and the cheat sheet popped out instantly. The teacher also considerately threw a bottle of drink on the ground. Kyung-up drank the drink nervously, but unexpectedly, something magical happened. Kyung-up instantly turned into the most powerful cat, and his memory instantly improved. The next exam started, and Kyung-up answered all the questions correctly in just a few minutes, and won the first place. Not only that, he even tutored the monitor who used to be the first. The monitor was stunned, but Kyung-up was calm, so Kyung-up, who had tasted the sweetness, knocked on the door of the consultation room again, asking the teacher where to buy the magical drink. The teacher said mysteriously that this drink is not something that can be bought casually, but gradually, his body also changed. On this day, he didn't remember the game he often played, which was the game he and his best friends loved to play the most. He walked to the vending machine and didn't even remember if he had drunk a drink today. Kyung-up had long forgotten the teacher's warning, and he drank more than one bottle every day. Gradually, he couldn't remember the names of his classmates, and everything seemed so strange. So Kyung-up used various pieces of paper and words on his body to remind himself not to forget. The teacher in the mirror seemed to be mocking Kyung-up for eventually losing everything. The best friend was upset with Kyung-up. How could he forget their agreement again? But Kyung-up didn't even mention the agreement. The face of the best friend in front of him was almost forgotten. The best friend told the monitor and the class flower that Kyung-up became very strange after drinking the beverage. The monitor also told Ye-rim that there was something even stranger. Recently, several classmates disappeared from the class. The three followed Kyung-up to the vending machine, but when they walked up, they found that it showed that the vending machine had been used up. Kyung-up reminded himself every day not to forget, but on this day, Kyung-up didn't even remember his seat and had to rely on the teacher to remind him. This made the monitor and the other two feel even more confused. He wanted to hold on to the memory that was gradually lost, and he tiredly found the teacher to find his memory back. The teacher said lightly, "Just use your photographic memory to memorize it. Feelings cannot be ignored." The teacher comforted Kyung-up. "It's okay. In a few days, you won't even remember this moment." Kyung-up came to a mirror with a dazed look, looked at the mysterious words on his body, and then looked at the strange object in the mirror. Now, he has forgotten who he is. Kyung-up also disappeared, and the classmates also didn't remember Kyung-up's name, leaving only empty desks and chairs. That day, the monitor and Ye-rim found the words on the desk. Then, the teacher, with a lot of bad intentions, began to look for the next target. The girl suddenly realized something terrible. Since the weird head teacher came to the class, the classmates around her disappeared one by one, as if they had never existed, and the teacher's face in the photo is always blurry. The only thing in common is that these students have all been to the teacher's counseling room. In order to prevent students from disappearing, Ye-rim and her boyfriend Sang-woo sneaked into the counseling room. They found a contract in the drawer. The names in the contract are exactly those of the students who disappeared. At this time, the teacher suddenly came back, and the two quickly hid under the table. But how could they escape from the teacher? The teacher just smiled and pretended not to see it. Then he left. The two finally breathed a sigh of relief. The next day, they received a mysterious text message. To find out the truth, they went and he heard of the special class. Things were getting more strange, and this mysterious teacher suddenly appeared on their back. Looking through the glass of the special class, the students who disappeared were all here. Did they misunderstand the teacher? But recently, Ye-rim has also been abnormal. She often had headaches for no reason. She ran to the bathroom to wash her face. She heard a voice calling her again. Ye-rim looked back. Another self appeared in the mirror. The person in the mirror laughed at the monitor. The monitor was shocked and terrified, so she came to the consultation room alone. Perhaps only the teacher could give her the answer. The teacher seemed to be moved and spoke first. "Why do you want to know the answer so much? Is it just pure curiosity and courage? But in my eyes, you are particularly hypocritical." The teacher's words made Ye-rim fall into deep thought. Seolgi was bullied, and she became a bystander. She also sneered, and Kyung-up, who was always the second. She laughed at Da May's beauty, which made her jealous. The teacher pointed out the other dark side of Yi Rit. Maybe those disappeared students can come back? After that, she will be trapped in the mirror forever. Now the monitor has to make a choice. In order to find her disappeared classmates, Yi Rim ventured into the mirror. When she opened her eyes, she found herself in a dark corridor. It was exactly the same as the school, but there was no one there. There was a gloomy atmosphere everywhere. Suddenly, a figure passed by behind her. Yi Rim chased after her and found that it was a little girl. The strange thing was that the name on her chest was the same as hers. She looked very much like herself when she was a child. The two walked slowly. The walls were covered with graffiti, and they could not see the ground when they looked down. Finally, they found a classroom. It turned out that the missing classmates were all here. But the door would not open. The students from the same school inside were strange and crowded, so the two continued to move forward. A mirror suddenly appeared in front of them. Through the mirror they could peek into the real world outside, but the people there could not see her. At this time her boyfriend Sang-woo was standing in front of her. Then Yi Rim saw an even more shocking scene. Another self appeared in reality. This fake Yi Rim actually replaced her. Sang-woo felt that Yi Rim in front of him was different from before. She became lively and self-willed. She started long flowing hair. She danced to the music. She even asked Sang-woo to dance with her. The classmates were stunned. Sang-woo also felt surprised. Then the fake Yi Rim stood on the rooftop again. She stretched out her arms to the wind. She asked Sang-woo, "If tomorrow is the end of the world, what would you do?" Yi Rim was trapped in the mirror, watching herself being They were playing in the waves as usual. At this time, the disappeared classmates also came back. Everyone is no longer controlled by desires. So the nightmare teacher exists. Is he a good person or a bad person? Finally he cleared himself. He warned the classmates not to be too obsessed with their desires, to stop when possible, accept and be the imperfect self. The teacher disappeared in the last photo, and he was just a part of the nightmare. Thanks for watching. See you next time.